I've just come on now. I was going to do this last night, but I thought I just didn't get around to it, so I'll just do it now. But oh dearie me, this is the psychic meeting. Dearie me. So my daughter had a meeting with him, and it was really good. And he said some things like, for example, he says to my daughter, "I can see your mum. And she looks like she's in the middle of nowhere in a hippie van, and she's got purple all around her." Well, things like that. I thought, yeah. Anyway, I thought this will be interesting, so I booked him, and this was 2 weeks in advance. I'm not going to say the name of him because I don't want to embarrass him, to be honest, because it's just bad. I got all hyped up thinking this is going to be great, you know, because when somebody recommends somebody and they seem to have got some stuff right with the other person, then you think they're probably pretty good then, you know. And I thought it's not going to be great, but it might pick something up. So what I don't often talk about is that I speak to the dead, and this is quite funny because how I do it is funny, but I do it and I have contact with my nana, and she's been dead for 24 years, and I says to her, "I want you to go to the psychic and tell him something I just couldn't possibly know, something really profound." And I said, "But I'll only know it's you if you say the word coffee." Because when my nana was alive, I used to go to her house quite often because I live near her, and she always put the kettle on and made a cup of coffee, and we had a cigarette until she quit smoking. And so I just always think of my nana with a cup of coffee and a cigarette. So I thought, if he can just say the word coffee, then I know he's genuine. So that's it. And anyway, he comes and he's introduced himself and said the usual, like, this disclaimer now is this is for entertainment purposes only. And I'm like, yeah, okay. And he said, "Have you ever had a reading before?" And I said, "A long time ago." So he said, "I'm going to record now." Now, actually, do you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to see if I can get hold of... I don't know if you'd even hear this, but what I'm going to try and do is play some of the recording. But what he did is he gave me an MP3 file, and it was done on Skype, so we could see each other, and I could see right from the get-go that it wasn't all that. Do you know what I mean? You can get a picture of somebody, because normally when somebody's genuine, they'll call in the spirits and put protection around themselves and stuff like that, and I suppose they do a little bit of a, what do you call it? I don't know. Anyway, I'm going to try and find this. I don't know if I've still got it somewhere here. God, it was embarrassing. Find it. I'll keep talking while I'm looking for it. But he sent me the file and he said, "This might not resonate with you now, but it will do later." Well, actually it doesn't. It doesn't then or now. It's just bad. So I've got it on my downloads. I'm going to see if you can hear the sound when it comes on. So I'll just flick through it. I'm not going to do it all because it was a 45-minute reading. Do you know what I'm going to say? It was 45-minute ramble of just anything. Just pull something out of the air. Anything. I mean, jeez. So let's just see if we can hear him first on here. Well, we could have had
I don't even know who's bringing the message through, but are you working as a medium at the moment, Kelly?
No.
You're not?
I've been learning pendulum.
Have you?
You know the pendulum?
Yeah. Dowsing.
I try and read tarot, but...
The way that I'm talking from,
Yeah.
I feel connected with Mum's side with her, yeah. Well, that's good. She's here, and she's happy that she's chatting with you. Okay. And she's drawing my attention, Kelly, to that necklace you've got on. And I don't know why, but there's something very significant about that necklace. Is that something that was given to you, please?
No, I just bought it recently.
You bought it recently, right? There's something very significant about it as well.
Trying to... Right, that is hilarious. You see the necklace I've got on? Did you read what he said? I feel there's something very significant about that necklace. And then he said, it's got a really profound meaning. Was it a gift, he says? It cost £4 from eBay. It was £4. And I bought it because I wanted some cheap jewellery, because I don't wear jewellery. And I don't spend money on gold and silver because I find it a waste of money. So it doesn't mean anything, right? It's just a tapped necklace that I got for £4. And he made this thing about it, like your nana's pointing at your necklace. And then he goes on to say, is it a half moon? And I went, yeah. And he went, that's really significant to you, isn't it? And I'm like, right, no, it's not. Oh dear, right, so I don't know if you heard that because I can't play this back while I'm doing it, but oh my gosh, oh it was bad. It was bad. So he said he had my grandma there in spirit, but she had no message. She had nothing to say. I mean, you've come 23 years from the dead, and you finally find a mouthpiece to talk through, and you've got nothing to say apart from the necklace. £4. If it was a family heirloom, I'd understand, right? If it was my nana's or whatever, but just rubbish. And then, what else did he say? He was saying things like, I can see you sitting at a sewing machine. And I'm like, right. And he goes, I don't know why, but I'm getting the word fast. And I thought, I don't even want to laugh, because it's not even funny. I'm getting the word fast. And I'm like, right. And he went, are you a fast machinist? And I went, no. and you know, and he goes on to say, does 1976 mean anything to you? And I'm thinking, we're talking about a whole year in time. And I went, well, in what respect? And he went, I don't know. I'm just getting 1976. And I'm like, give me some content. And he's like, did somebody die in 1976? And I'm thinking, oh God, you clutch it. And I said, no. And then he goes, left arm here, left arm. I can see a tattoo. And I'm thinking to myself, I come from a council estate, right? Virtually everybody I knew had a tattoo, but I don't. So he goes, this is a man with a tattoo. And I'm like, right. And he goes, why am I getting it on my left arm? And I went, I don't know. And he went, did you know it, a man with a tattoo on his left arm who drank whiskey? And I went, no. And he goes, ask your mum about that. So it got to a point where I was saying no to everything, and he was clutching at straws, obviously, and making it up as he went along. So then he kept saying, just ask your mum. And I thought, I'm not even going to bother bothering her with this, because I know the answer's no. Because the people my mum knows, I know, because we're a big family and we're all interconnected with each of us friends. So my family know my friends, I know theirs. So if I don't know what it is, then she ain't gonna. And I thought, oh, this is terrible. And then he nearly got me. He said, something's coming to me now, this word, oh, it's coming to me. And I'm thinking, I was willing him to go, coffee. And he goes, sausages. And I just went, sausages with... And he goes, does that mean anything? I said, only to dogs. And he went, have you got dogs? I said, yeah. He goes, you've got 2 dogs in spirit with you. And I went, have I? And he went, yeah. One's a terrier and one's a lurcher. And I went, I've had neither. Oh, right, he says, why am I getting a terrier and a lurcher? And I went, I don't know. And he said, they come with the house. And I thought, I live in a caravan. And I'm going to tell him. Anyway, when Paul came out later on, I was laughing and I said, you'll never guess what. Not only have I got these 2 dogs in here with me, but there's 2 ghost dogs as well. So I've got 4 dogs in Father Ted. And we were laughing about it because it was just ridiculous. And then he's saying, are you married or single? And in my mind I'm thinking, well, you're the psychic, shouldn't you know? And then I said, I'm single. And he went, you've got an admirer. And I'm like, uh-huh. And then he goes on to say, I can see something coming from this. I'm like, oh, right. Who is it? Oh, that is, it's going. And I'm like, yeah. And then he told me that I was, in a past life, I lived in Edinburgh and I wore the Stuart's tartan. And I went, uh-huh. And he goes, you was a woman. And I went, right. And he said, you was in money. You wasn't poor. And I went, oh, good. And then he goes, I see Auburn. I'm seeing Auburn. And I thought, of course you are, because my daughter told you I live there. That's the only thing he got right. But she'd already told him because she had a chat with him earlier. And she said, my mum lives in Scotland. She lives in Auburn. So then he's like, I can see Auburn. And I can see a pebbled beach. And I'm looking at islands. Like it's a mystery. Everybody who knows Auburn knows you're looking at the islands. Oh, it was bad. And it was, do you know what, right? It was so crap that even he knew he was crap. And he knew that I knew he was crap. So it was embarrassing because he knew we were lying. And he knew that I knew we were lying. So we were both playing this game, and it was embarrassing on both sides because it was like being on a really bad date with someone that you have an instant, I just don't like this person. An instant, I don't think this is going to work out. So you just want to go home straight away, and it was like that on both sides. But he had to get his 45 minutes, and I had to get my money's worth. So he just banged on for 45 minutes about nothing, and I just gave him an audience, you know. But I could feel my old self sinking down every time he spoke, because each thing he said just knocked me down a little bit more and a little bit more until I was like drained. And by the time he finished the talk, I was bored and I was drained and had an headache. I think he just took all my energy away from me because it was so terrible, and it gave me no hope, you know. No, there was nothing. And the only thing he said, and he probably says it to everybody, is you should hone in your skills because you could be a psychic. And in my head I'm thinking I already am, because I can see your crap. And I wouldn't charge someone. I wouldn't. I would be embarrassed to charge somebody money to lie to them. But I accepted in the agreement that I would pay him regardless, so you can't complain that you've paid someone because you do it from your own free will. But easy money, that, innit? Just talk about nothing. So right, I'm going to do some role play now, right? Let's pretend Monkey here is Barbara, right? That's Barbara. Hey, Barbara, I can see that you've, oh gosh, Barbara, have you had a hard time lately? Especially if they look crap. Oh no, oh you've been ill, oh that's terrible. Well, Spirit tells me that you'll soon recover and you'll soon be back on your feet again. And Margaret goes, and I go, I can sense Spirit around you, Margaret, and I can sense that somebody is walking into your life. And Barbara's like, who? Well, it's a man. Barbara, oh, you got to hear that, Barbara? Yeah, you've been single for 20 years. You've been single for 20. Don't worry, love. Somebody's coming. I know it's took him a long time, but he's been tired. But he's coming. He's coming. And someone's going to sit there going, oh my God. And they're going to go home and go, oh my God, she was absolutely fantastic. She said, someone's coming into my life. Do you know what I mean? It's a load of crap, innit? It's crap. Done it again. It's right. You're on YouTube. He's on YouTube. Come on. Every time I'm doing a vlog, every time I do a vlog, Paul walks in. You're on YouTube. Say something. Say hello. He does it every time. Right, I'm going to have to go now because he's... No, I don't have to go. What? Painkillers. Right, okay. I think he's the ghost in my caravan. Him and dogs. Do you remember Lurcher and Terrier? Bye-bye, lad. Ghost. I was going to turn camera off then, and he's going, no, don't turn camera off. But no, if he's going to start walking in like this, I told him, right, there's a rule now in my caravan, because my caravan is right near the car park and the door opens out. And if you're in the car park, you can see into the caravan. Not all the way in, but just here. But there's the mirror, right? I was getting dressed one morning, stood there, knickers and bra. He just opens the door and stands there, and this flipping car sat there. So I had to go with him and said, from now on, you knock on my door, you don't just walk in. So sometimes he does it and sometimes he doesn't. So I says to him, if you walk in to my caravan and find me doing something disgusting, right, or you see me naked, or I'm doing a vlog or anything, so be it on your own head. So he had his warning and he's just come on YouTube, so that's up to him, isn't it? But anyway, back to the psychic reading, which was absolutely 100% terrible. £45 for 45 minutes and nothing to say, nothing to report back on this one. I think I'm getting psychic more myself, and I've been learning the pendulum, and it's a little bit like the doing the Ouija board, which I don't like Ouija boards, so I don't know why I'm doing this, you know. And I've got a chart and it's got all the letters of the alphabet on it and the numbers, and with the pendulum you ask the spirit questions and it spells words out. So hilarious, this one. I got told the numbers, the winning numbers for the National Lottery. Can you believe that? Right, so on Saturday I'm going to win 45 grand. If that comes true, I'm going to pass out on live YouTube. I'm going to do it on, I'm just going to do it. So I'm going to film, if I remember, I'm going to film the National Lottery on Saturday night just in case, because you know what, if it works I'll probably faint on camera because that is hilarious. This saying, if Spirit could tell everybody the National Lottery numbers and it was accurate, we'd all be millionaires, yeah? I just find it entertaining. It's funny. But it'll be interesting though. So I'll do a vlog on that one when it comes on. But that's it. So I might end up being a psychic and then I can start charging people, you know. All you've got to do is get a few little things right. Just a couple of things. Do you know what I think blew this guy though? Is the fact that what I think they do is they say, I'll speak to you in a couple of weeks or so. But what they're doing in those couple of weeks is spying on you, right? They're spying. And they're going on your Facebook and stuff like that to try and get information about you. But my Facebook is private. So it couldn't get no gossip on me, do you know what I mean? So there's nothing on there to say who my friends are or what I'm doing or anything. It didn't pick up that I'm a conspiracy theorist or that I'm whack and out there. It didn't pick up on any of the things that I do or have done. He hasn't picked up on anything at all. So I think that the psychic part of him, probably with my daughter, the psychic part of that was he probably went on her Facebook and saw some information about her, stored it in his mind, and then brought it up during the thing, and that's what I reckon. And because mine's private, he's not been able to get anything on me, so he's had to clutch at straws and embarrassed himself, and I could see the embarrassment in his face. It's a shame I couldn't record his face because it was a Skype interview but only recorded the audio, but that was bad. So anyway, if you want to believe anything about what he said, I've got 2 ghost dogs in my van. One's a lurcher, one's a terrier, and I used to be a Scottish woman who wore a Stuart kilt. That's about it really. 40 quid, £45 for that. Anyway, If anybody else wants to do any psychic things on me and tell me what they know about me, like any past lives, like was I a bin man or a queen or whatever, I'm gonna go. Yeah, I'm just gonna go and entertain myself with something else now, because I get more pleasure out of my own company than listening to pap like that. So bye bye for now.